Welcome back to Whitecap. I'm Ron Messina, the safety guru, and today we're going to try to help get rid of some of the confusion when it comes to protecting ourselves, our PPE, and also protecting our job sites when it comes to protecting the surfaces, the disinfectants, the things we need to use to keep our environment clean on those job sites and our offices. So let's look a little bit today at some of the confusion that I've been getting about what's an N95 mask, what's a surgical mask, what's a KN95 mask, and what should I use on my job site? Let's make it simple today. If you step back to before this virus really hit, we all wore what was called the N95 masks. And this specifically is a mask from 3M, and if you look really closely, you'll see the lettering N95. What's nice about that is it explains to you very quickly what this mask does. So this mask is going to filter particulates out of the air that we breathe. And it's going to take out 95% of those particulates. So again, real closely as you see, it says N95, and in that real small little lettering, it'll say it's NIOSH rated to do that. So NIOSH is talking about the National Institute standards here in the United States. So this mask is designed to meet the standards in the United States to particulate filtration removal of 95%. So the KN95 mask appeared on the scene in March as we started to realize there was a shortage of these masks. So when the shortage of this mask happened in the United States, we had to look for an alternate. And that's when the KN95 came out. This comes out of China, and it tells us that it also filters out 95% of the particulates. That said, it doesn't meet those NIOSH standards in the United States. What does it meet? It meets the standards set in China. Those standards were for people who wore those not necessarily in a job site application or in a work application, grinding applications. It just meant in a normal application, wearing the mask, how much was it going to remove particulates out of the air? So, one other thing we look at is it talks about the fitting instructions right on the box. Those are important. If you don't wear it right, it really won't work right. So example, when we put on this mask, we make sure that we wear it right. We adjust it. We push down the nose piece, this metal piece here, to give a tight fitting. Again, this is the N95 mask. Many times employers ask us to be fit tested. They require it. We must shave. We must get a nice tight fit. If you've ever worn one of these, maybe you were up in your attic putting in insulation. It's hot. It feels like you're breathing your own air back and forth inside. But the reason you need that fit is so all of this atmospheric air doesn't get in here and into your lungs what you breathe. So masks are very, very important. So when we look at the KN95 mask, let's open this up and look at it for a second. You'll see some similarities. You see the metal nose piece. But notice right away the difference between when I put the other one on and this mask. This goes around my ears. You'll notice some of the differences here too. Fairly good fit, but it's lighter weight. And actually I can feel it. It's easier to breathe. Okay, but I'm breathing some of my own air back in. The N95 masks often are designed with a filter on it. This little filter or breather valve allows my air, when I exhale, to go out much easier, making it easier for me to breathe. So those are many of the factors that you must consider when making a choice between an N95 and the KN95. Availability is also a very important factor when choosing these masks. You're starting to see the N95 masks now arrive back into the United States. The KN95 is a very good alternate if you cannot find the N95 masks. Also, the surgical masks. These are the blue masks that you're seeing people wear. These masks come normally in a package of 50 or 25. And this mask is also very comfortable to wear. Does not meet any standards, though, in regards to filtration. It is more of what we call a face covering. As you notice, there is gaps that create on any person's face. All of our faces are different sizes, shapes. This mask gives us face covering, which is required in many cities, counties, and municipalities now, but it is not going to filter 95% of this atmospheric air. An inexpensive but effective opportunity for you to use or option. Let's take a look at some other things that go right into this same COVID-19 personal protection related product line. Sanitizing wipes. Surfaces, cleans all your surfaces, keeps that nasty thing down and away from us and away from our hands and things we touch. Back to touching. We don't want to touch our mouths, we don't want to touch our ears, our bodies. We have to use gloves. What type of gloves do we use? There's many different types of gloves. This is a glove you use over and over again, but you got to make sure you clean it, keep it washed. Tight-fitting gloves work very well on job sites. Disposable gloves. Gloves that you put on, take off, you throw away. Those types of gloves are used one time. If you use them over and over again, you're spreading the virus. We don't want to do that. We want to put a disposable glove on, pull it off, and dispose of it. Secondly, I get this question a lot of times. Hey, Ron, why is there so many different ratings on these gloves? If you look really, really closely, let's use this one. This glove shows us these little shields. On there is numbers. You'll see stuff like 4321 or ANSI 2 rated. What does that mean? Well, one of the biggest things right now we see is cut resistance scores. So what does cut resistance mean? It means exactly what it says, cut resistance. There's really not a cut-proof glove. So what we need to do is make a selection of what we really think meets the needs of our job site or our actual job that we're doing. A lot of times we need dexterity. We need the ability to pick something off the ground. We need to feel real tight fits. If you look closely on these scores, you'll see the word ANSI cut level score, which stands for American National Standard Institute. All right? We're here in America, but it doesn't mean these gloves don't end up in different parts of the world. They could be in Europe. They could be in Africa. They could be in the Asian continent. That's why there's an EN score. If you come over here real quickly, you will see what's called gram weights. So the ANSI score of 1 means it is good up to 1,000 grams of pressure that's put on a sharp object that would go over the material itself. And then it goes up and up as the score goes up. ANSI 1, 2, ANSI 3, all the way up to ANSI 9 now. These are new standards. The old standard here shows it only went up to ANSI 5 on the EN scale and on the ANSI scale. So a lot of confusion happens with gloves. Give us a call. Let us help you out. The Safety Guru's here to answer those questions. And we've got about 20 of us around the country to help answer those questions. And if you can't get one of them, just call our store and they'll help you walk through how to select which glove meets which cut resistance score. That 4-digit number system, though, actually stands for abrasion, cut, tear, tearing it, or puncture. So depending on your application, depends on which glove you really want to keep. I've also told people at times it's like a seesaw. As you go up in cut resistance, you tend to go also up in price. If you go down in cut resistance, you come down in the price. So remember, you don't always get what you pay for. If you try to get the glove that's the most inexpensive, you're actually sometimes doing things that you don't want to do on a job site. The other thing that's been real popular these days is touch screen. Right? So you don't want to take your gloves to have to use your touch screen. You want to be able to have a glove that actually works, right? So guess what? The gloves that we're looking at today, many of them are rated, they actually work with touch screen technology. So whether you have an iPad, whether you have your iPhone, you can keep your glove on, still get that cut resistance you're looking for. Notice called the Maxi Cut, but still able to operate your devices. Great thing to do these days. Put that down there for now. All right, now let's take a look at how we're going to keep our job site safe and keep the right people on the job site and, to tell you the truth, keep the wrong people off the job site. One basic little technique is signage. We don't think about it that often, but I'll tell you what, the sign guy's been busy lately through COVID-19. You see it all over the place. You go to the gas station, you see the little signs that say, single file this way, stay this way, that way. So remember, signage is important. Wearing the right PPE, keeping hard hats on, wearing masks. Remember the signs that you need. Come ask the safety guru and all my friends. We'll show you what you need, how much you need, and here's what's really important, where you need it. People don't think about it, but where you put these signs is really, really important. All right, let's take a look at some of the other basics when it comes to protecting your job site. We talked about the things that protect us as a person, and that's just about keeping it on you, using it, wearing it right, and doing it over and over again. Well, you're gonna see a theme here. We gotta do the same thing with that job site. We gotta keep it clean, and we gotta keep the right people here and the wrong people off. All right. So let's take a look at some of the items that I suggest, just basic items that you gotta use to keep it clean. Think about your own house. How many use Windex at your own house? Well, use Windex at the job site or in your offices. Keep stuff clean. Wipe them down daily. Use smart practices. Use all of this stuff, especially this one. Use that disinfectant that's gonna kill that virus. It's gonna get rid of it. It's gonna keep it away from your people. Keep it from getting breathed in or touched on you when you're eating lunch. Keep it sprayed. Use the right disinfectant and use the right mixture of how you're going to dilute it. Use the right sprayers that tell you how to do it. And here's one you see all the time now. Use the right caution tape. Put up your caution tape. Put up your danger tape. Get the right people, the right people in the right place and the wrong people off. So again, thanks for taking your time to listen to me, Ron Messina, the safety guru, and Whitecap. We got about 20 of me, like I said, roaming around all day waiting to help you out, to give you the answers you need, the products you need, and put you both together. People have asked me before, Ron, what do you do for a living? You know what I do? I put people together with products. I put solutions together with companies. And we're the conduit to help you do that here at Whitecap. So again, thank you, and have a great day and stay safe.